What's going on, people? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another match preview for you guys today. It's Arsenal versus Chelsea. It's one of our favourite away trips as well. A trip to the Emirates, and I've got
favourite.
Yeah, our record there is great. Well, last season, if we take that out of account and everything, we've won 5 games at the Emirates. I think it's the joint most in Premier League history.
Is that right?
Yeah, us and Man City. I think we both won 5 games at the Emirates.
City, that's like a home game for them.
Yeah, if we don't lose, City will overtake us.
But we beat your last. Yeah, actually, you might be right.
Yeah, there was
decent record against us.
19-20, 15-16, 9-10, 08-09, and I think there's one that I'm missing. I just can't remember off the top.
The one with the
no, 2012-13, that's it.
The 2-1 when you beat us.
Yeah, when Tammy scored.
Yeah. But there's a big gap between some of those, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. There's like hella draws in between there and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
But, well, we'll take it for what it is anyway.
Didn't we last year, though?
Yeah, last year. Let's not talk about last year, all in the past and everything. But as you already know, the guy to my right needs no introduction. If you guys don't know who this is, I don't know where you've been living for the last decade. It's the Don himself, Robbie, AFTV. What are you telling me, man?
No,
How's
good,
your last
man. Looking forward to the game, man. First game back at the Emirates with fans. It's been so long, man. It's been so long. So, in a way, it was being ruined slightly for the fact that we did that game the other day, even though it was a friendly, for that Mind series.
For me, it was ruined that I couldn't even go to that game. It was annoying that there was no away fans.
I was annoyed that they actually did that game. And it sounds bad because it's for a great cause. The Mind thing, charity is a fantastic cause, especially at what's been going on with COVID. But it was just the fact that I was like, why we should have played that game at Stamford Bridge, because we're playing you second game of the season. Why are we letting you
switch it around?
Why are we letting you come to our home to get used to the surroundings ahead of a game 2 weeks later? It didn't make no sense to me.
No, that actually does make sense looking into it. They could have changed things around anyway, because
they could have just said, right, we play that one at Chelsea,
and you guys have Tottenham.
Yeah, you know, it didn't make no sense to me. You know what I mean?
I will say though, I hope it's a yearly thing, because that was a very fun series.
It was a very good series of games, but I just like, for our preparations wise, I didn't. And then look what happened during the game.
Oh yeah,
we lost Thomas Partey. He's been brilliant pre-season. Just we'd be like, I've been looking at him pre-season. I was like, yes, he's here now. I'm gonna get the darts back out. Thomas Partey's arrived. And then,
mate,
you know, you lot go and put a foul on him, and now he's out until September. You know what I mean? Oh man. But listen, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a sticky one still. I can't lie, but. Let's just go through Arsenal a little bit before we delve into Chelsea as well. And like we already said on the other preview as well, the mood I've seen around the Arsenal fan base going into the season has been more depressed than I've ever seen going into a season for you guys. And like we've spoken as well about our thoughts for Arsenal for the season and what you expect to see from the squad. But describe the summer transfer window for you and how you feel that could affect the team going forward for the season.
It's been a sensible summer transfer. We spent a lot of money, 129 million. We've addressed areas that have needed addressing, like backup goalkeeper, backup left back, defensive midfielder, creative midfielder. We've addressed those. But we're still not overly excited, because I think it's because there's not been that real marquee signing in. The marquee signing has been Ben White, and do you get super excited about a sort of defender?
For me, it was a price tag with him, but
and it was the price tag's heavy, you know. So there's not been the signings have been sensible, you know, more sensible than what we've done over the years, and they all make perfect sense. But there's nothing in there to really excite us. And you've got to remember, we come off the back of finishing 8th, right? So when you come off the back of finishing 8th, you know, no sort of real marquee signings. That's what, and then not a very good pre-season. Losing your first game, that's why fans are so depressed at the moment, you know? You've got to freshen it up sometimes. I see even Liverpool fans the other day, a bit, you know, moaning and whinging about their team. They won their first game. They got into the top 4. They've won Premier Leagues in recent times, but it's because they haven't really freshened it up. So it's a kind of a natural thing, but the performances at Arsenal have to improve, and we've got to start with the game against Chelsea at the Emirates this weekend.
It's one of you guys' favourite fixtures with recent history.
Yeah, it's been a good fixture. You know, I mean, it's always been a hard-fought game. I remember up into Chelsea when they had Drogba. I remember they just said, I used to dread those games because he just always turned up in those games. But after he left, we sort of found a bit of rhythm again against Chelsea, and they've been always.
Costa gave you guys a bit of trouble, to be fair.
Costa's, well, yeah, Costa used to give us trouble, but they're always hard-fought games. They're always close games. They're always. You speak to a Chelsea fan, there's not really many Chelsea fans that are like, yeah, we're going to walk this, because they know it's always a difficult game. So, but you know, Chelsea have strengthened. We're very aware of, you know, the signing of Lukaku. I think that's a brilliant signing for Chelsea. They won the Champions League. It's going to be a really, really tough ask for Arsenal. But we're at home, and now we're at home with fans. So that's always been the thing over the years, in recent times, even when we've been going through it, that's really carried us through. The fact that at home with our fans, we're strong. We didn't see that last year. Now we've got to get that back. We've got to get that home form back firing.
Well, what's happening with your fans going into this game as well? Because I've seen personally, and you can also correct me if I'm wrong on this, there are hella empty seats for the game on Sunday.
I saw that, and I can't believe it. I'm going to have to go into the ground and see that, if it's true or what, because I've just never seen loads of empty seats for a home game at Arsenal. You know, again, over the years, that's been unheard of. You can't get a ticket for Arsenal. You couldn't, you know, a few years ago, a League Cup game, forget it, you're not getting a ticket. League Cup game against Doncaster, you're not getting a ticket. But such has been some of the mood around the place that, you know, they're saying that, you know, there's tickets going this weekend, which is a real strange one for me. It's a real strange one. Is it that it's unheard of. They've changed over the sort of way they're doing the ticketing and stuff like that this year. I don't know if that's got something to do with it.
What, the e-tickets?
Yeah, so I don't know if that's got something to do with it or whatever, I don't know, but it seems really strange to me. Even though there's been a bit of doom and gloom, I don't really get the lots of, you know, I'm gonna reserve judgment until I go to the game, and I think it's not gonna be a great sign for the owners if there's lots of, you know, after the amount of money they've invested, that then starts to show them that, you know, the fans are still not convinced of what they're doing. It's been years and years of neglect at Arsenal through the owners. And that's why, even though they're doing things sensibly now with signings, fans are still like, yeah, but the most sensible thing for you to do is leave. You lot leave, and then, you know, we take it from there. So,
yeah, so do you feel like this is more an issue with the squad and the way the squad's set up for the season, or do you think this is more a statement against the Cronkies? Because I've seen the Cronky out movement start to get so much stronger since the Super League.
There's supposed to be a protest before the game against Chelsea as well. So, you know, it's still there. You know, I mean, people are still very unhappy with these owners. Their lack of communication with the fans, etc., still, you know, fans still don't like it. So, but I'm hoping that, you know, going into that game, you know, people will be right behind the team, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it, you know?
Yeah, trust me, I hear that. And you were saying as well that you felt like the most worried facing Chelsea when we had a Diego Costa or when we had a Didier Drogba. Now we have someone in a similar mould like that in Romelu Lukaku. With it also being his first game back in the Premier League, and we all know players have to adjust back quickly. What's your thoughts on Lukaku and this Chelsea squad going into next season?
Well, it's a fantastic signing. You know, he's one of the best strikers in world football. I always used to rate him when he was even at United. I just used to think that United didn't play to his strengths. If Chelsea play to his strengths, they've got a chance of winning the title, I feel, with him in the team, because he's not a Timo Werner. He's a quality player. It's a great signing. You know, it's weird that I think Chelsea are one of the few clubs that could get rid of the guy and bring him back for 100 million. You know, but they have. So I think it's going to elevate Chelsea. You know, I think I said to you last year that Werner is dangerous out wide because he's so quick in behind. So maybe you might find a new position there, and you know that front three might be dangerous with him, Lukaku, but certainly it's a very good signing. I'm just hoping that maybe this week is a bit nervous. You know, sometimes you come back, you've got to hit the ground. You know, you still got to, you know, get used to back to the Premier League and that. So I'm hoping that he's nervous and everything, and that he doesn't turn it on against us. But certainly, you know, he's quality. You know, even saw in the Euros, he was excellent.
Yeah, he's been excellent since moving from Man United to Inter Milan. And if we have the same player, I can't lie, it is curtains for the league. Unless Manchester City come in with Harry Kane.
Well, I don't know about curtains for the league. I don't think you can say curtains for the league.
No, I think it will be tight. It will be a two-horse race between us and City. That's the way I see the season going.
Do you know what? It's not a two-horse race this season. It's not.
Who do you think is going to be in there?
Because I don't think you can write off Liverpool. I think that Liverpool, nobody's been talking about them. Liverpool are back with their fans. Those games they lost at home last season, they ain't going to lose those this season with their fans there. Nah.
I hear that. Liverpool have fallen under the radar.
Liverpool will be dangerous and Manchester United will be dangerous. I don't really rate Ollie, but they've got a very good team.
But that's the problem for me.
But they've got a good team.
I know the team, like, I won't say nothing about the team.
You know, if Chelsea are playing Man United, for me it's a coin toss who's going to win that game. I don't know. It's an even match.
See,
I really do look on it.
I can't say anything because we haven't even beaten Ollie in the league yet since he's managed.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? That's a coin toss. If you play a full strength City, that's a coin toss. If you play Liverpool, that's a coin toss. So walk in the league, sorry, I'm not having that.
I wouldn't say walk in the league, but I'm in a very confident
feel those four
position
teams, between those four, and one of those four are going to win it, right? And it could be any of them.
For me, I see what you're saying about the four, but for me, I think it's Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea. And I think Liverpool just peter out a little bit forward.
I think United, I don't want them to be in it, but they're in it.
I said it on your show and I got clowns for it, but I don't think they get there.
Varane, Maguire, Luke Shaw, you know, Wan-Bissaka, that's a very good back four. You know, going throughout their squad, they're going to win most games. And, you know, if Chelsea, as I said, Chelsea playing Man United, I can't really for certain say who's going to win.
But that's the thing, there's the squad, but the manager. Ollie, I think, Ollie's always going to be a question mark for me.
Yep.
And that's what I think just holds them against the other four.
I hear you on that, but there's four teams there that can win it. Sounds horrible to say it because we should be in that mix. We're off it at the moment, but there's four teams that can win it, Lewis. I don't think, you know, I don't think people can say, you know, it's going to be Chelsea, it's going to be even City. You know, even City.
Yeah, I think
if City get Harry Kane, that's a huge for them. But I think it's going to be.
Kane's got to show that the pressure don't matter to him.
Yeah, I don't think the pressure would matter to him in playing in City. The pressure of playing in that team. It is a league, to be fair, because it's more a question with him in finals. Yeah, so I feel it could be any of those. And as I said, don't write off Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. No, Liverpool, they're flying under the radar, and that's exactly what they want.
I mean, as I said, man, they're back with their fans. Big difference.
Yeah. Moving back into the Arsenal-Chelsea game, let's get your predicted 11 going into the match.
Of Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah.
Well, of course, we've got a lot of injury problems and COVID problems and bloody hell. So in goal will be Leno. Right back, who plays at right back? I don't know. He went with Chambers last week. I'd actually bring back in Hector Bellerin because he always does all right against Chelsea. And then you'll have Ben White. You'll have Pablo Mari because Gabriel's injured still. Kieran Tierney. And then I think it will be Granit Xhaka and Sambi Lokonga. I thought he did well last week, Sambi Lokonga, on his debut. And then no Odegaard still because he's some visa stuff or whatever, so he can't play. So I think it'll be Smith Rowe in that number 10 position. Pepe. Ooh, actually no, maybe not. Yeah, Pepe, Saka, and up front, if he recovers in time, Aubameyang, hopefully. If he's recovered fully from COVID.
Do you think Aubameyang coming straight off that would be the right shout for you guys?
It's probably not, right? Because, you know, I feel sorry for Aubameyang. I know, I've heard people say things like, oh, since he got his new deal. He's had a lot of issues last season. He had a massive, you know, malaria. Now he's got COVID, you know. And he didn't have a great pre-season, if I'm being honest. Missed a lot of chances. But I want to see him playing in that game. I really do. If he's recovered and he's back in training, he has to start because, you know, last week we started with Balogun and it was a bit too you know, a bit too much for him in that game. He's going to be a great player, that kid, but he's only a young kid. So hopefully Aubameyang's back in. As I say, Saka, Pepe, Aubameyang, Smith Rowe. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, well, for you guys as well, for my predicted 11, I'm going to go Mendy in goal, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, Chilwell, Reece James as the wing-backs, because they need to get some match sharpness in, because we've got so much tough games coming up in the next 5 to 6 matches as well. We've got Liverpool, Tottenham, I think Man City at home as well within the next month, so we've got a really packed out month. In midfield, I think I'd go Jorginho and Kante, yeah, because Kovacic is better against low blocks for me. I think Kante, we could use his break-up play really well in this sort of match. And he had an amazing pre-season, despite only really playing one game for us. He looked like he hadn't even taken a rest from last season.
Quality player.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Jorginho and Kante. And up front, the question is, does Lukaku start or does he come off the bench?
He's got to start, isn't he?
I want him to start, but do I think Tuchel starts him outright? I'm going to go, yeah, screw it. Lukaku goes up front, and I'm going to go Timo Werner on the left. No, in fact, I'll play them both as a 2, and we'll have Kai Havertz in behind in the centre-forward role, because I think that's how you get the best out of all 3 of them.
For me as well, the one thing I want to see with Arsenal, do not do what we did when we played that pre-season friendly, which is we played this ridiculous high line. I've never seen nothing like it. I was watching, I go,
high lines against Timo Werner is suicidal.
What are we doing? That's what it was. I go, what are we doing? And we got absolutely, we should have lost that game, by the way. We lost 2-1. Our goal that we scored was over the line, so it should have been 2-2. But
wait, I swear Pepe was offside in the build-up.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't offside in the build-up.
I swear he was.
No, he wasn't. If you actually, when they look back at it, he wasn't offside in the build-up. And the ball was like way over the line. But anyway, that was only friendly. But that high line, Mikel, if you're listening to this, do not play that high line against Timo Werner, Lukaku, please. Abandon that, you know?
All right, Mikel Arteta, second time round, it'll work for you guys, don't you worry. But final question, bro, score predictions. What do you feel the game's going to go?
2-2 draw, like what it should have been in the friendly.
2-2 draw, okay. Let me not get too wild here. I'm going to just say 2-0 Chelsea, and I'm going to leave it there, because if I say too much, we're probably going to lose if history's anything to go by. But you guys, big up all you man who are tuned in from the start. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let's get Chelsea Fan TV to 130k subs. Big up all you guys that are locked in. Of course, you guys already know where to find Don Robbie, but the links to AFTV and the Don Robbie channel will still be down in the description below anyway, if you guys just want to go in there a lot quicker. And until Sunday, take care, stay safe. And as always, up the Chelsea.